Before SummerSlam 2021, the tension had boiled over. John Cena said Roman Reigns was the most protected man in WWE history. And Roman, he fired back with a mic drop that shook the entire arena and buried more than just John Cena's title hopes. But it wasn't just verbal warfare. The Usos were out to kill the Mysterios' momentum. Finn Bálor came swinging at the head of the table, and by the end of the night, Roman made sure nobody forgot who ran SmackDown. Let's see how it all plays out as we rewind the Bloodline. Welcome back to the Bloodline Rewind. I'm your host, Johnny Big Show, and this is part 37. If you are new here, go back and check out last week's episode where Roman Reigns tried to deny John Cena's challenge at SummerSlam, but Cena ended up getting his match in a wild contract signing. And if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to support, and it keeps you in the know when we drop brand new Bloodline content every single day. So we have another packed show, so let's get to it. We are at the August 6th, 2021 SmackDown, and we go to a progressive match flow of the recap of Rey Mysterio beating Jey Uso last week, and we go to Rey and Dom backstage. Rey tells us
that we have a match for the tag titles against the Usos scheduled at SummerSlam,
but questions why would Dom challenge Jey to a match tonight. Rey says they need to be more strategic.
But we can't risk a loss going into SummerSlam. It'll crush our momentum.
Nothing is more important than winning those titles back. And Dom says he won't let him down, and he's gonna need Rey out there tonight. The Usos music hits, and that match is next. So we get this match started with a big shoulder tackle by Jey onto Dom. Jey hits the ropes, Dom leapfrogs over him, and he hits him with a big drop kick. Dom lands a big forearm and then climbs the ropes for a top rope arm drag, but Jey fires up with a big back elbow drop. Jey picks up Dom and gives him a backbreaker for a 2 count. Jey delivers a body slam to Dom as Dom tries to fight back, but Jey hits a big uppercut and Dom rolls to the outside. Jey slams Dom's head off the hardest part of the ring, and Dom fires back with a right to Jey. Dom shows some athleticism here with some nifty jumps over the ropes, and he kicks Jey into the barricade. Dom then runs, does the baseball slide into a sunset flip that sends Jey into the barricade again as we go to commercial. We come back from commercial break, and now Jey is in control, or we are shown what Jimmy did during the commercial break that gave Jey the control back. He hit Dom with a cheap shot on the middle rope, much like how the Usos won that match the first SmackDown with the fans back before Money in the Bank. Dom tried to fire up out of the headlock, but Jey hit a neck breaker for 2. Jey sets up for the hip attack in the corner, but Dom moves out of the way. He grabs Dom for a Samoan drop, but Dom is able to slip out and he hits a neck breaker of his own. Dom then hits a springboard moonsault for 2. Jey tries for an enziguri, but Dom ducks out of the way. He runs, and then he does some sort of spinning move where Jey posts himself into the middle turnbuckle. Dom shoots the knee, sending Jey to the middle rope. Dom hits the 619, he goes to the top rope, but Jimmy runs in to stop him, and Rey flies over the steps and hits Jimmy with a senton. Dom is now in the clear to jump, but Jey had recovered as Dom flies over the top, and Jey hits a massive super kick. Jey flies off the top rope, he hits an Uso splash, and he wins this match, and Rey wouldn't interfere with the pin, so Jey gets the win, and it's exactly what Rey didn't want to happen before SummerSlam. So do you think that Rey made the right call here by staying out of it, or should he have stepped in and helped Dom? Let me know what you think in the comments below. So we're switching over to Kayla standing outside of Roman's locker room later in the show as she's hoping to get a word with him, but of course, Paul walks out and is annoyed with her. And our favorite duo is here as Heyman gives his best Austin.
What?
And he asks,
what do you want?
She wants to know what Roman's comments are and after what transpired last week. And Heyman says John Cena is
thieving Roman Reigns' oxygen on the island of relevancy.
He's thieving a title match at SummerSlam, but he has his own question.
The Tampa Bay Schmuccaneers
brought back Tom Brady for another year for $75 million. And if Paul Heyman comes in
from behind with a kendo stick, I nail Tom Brady
and signs that contract, does he get the $75 million?
This contract is a joke.
He says that the claim that John Cena should face Roman Reigns is meritless, and the WWE is acting as the ultimate enabler by letting John Cena slide into a championship match that he blatantly is not deserving of.
The tribal chief, Roman Reigns, has nothing to say about John Cena.
And Paul Heyman isn't in the mood. Heyman goes to walk out, but Big E enters with the Money in the Bank briefcase. So if you remember back to 3 Smackdowns ago, when the fans returned before Money in the Bank, Big E ran in on Paul's promo warning him that Big E is lurking on the tribal chief if he gets that briefcase. So Paul Heyman had another metaphor masterclass. What is your favorite ridiculous Heyman comparison so far this year? Was this his best work yet? Let me know in the comments below. So we're going to fast forward into the show. Finn Bálor is going to face Baron Corbin for what Corbin did in the contract signing last week. Heyman comes in and tells the tribal chief that they're going to have this match, and Roman says that he is very interested in this match. So Bálor ends up getting the win. He grabs the mic and he says, if this was 3 years ago, what happened last week, he would have smiled and accepted it. But that Finn is dead. This Finn isn't smiling.
This Finn wants to face Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship.
If he has to go through John Cena, he will do it. And
dominance.
Roman's music hits, and we are about to be graced by the presence of our tribal chief. Roman takes the mic from Paul. Cena chants start pouring on them, and he says that
my special counsel has already addressed my position on last week.
He understands why Finn is upset, but he needs to remember that Roman tried to help him and give him an opportunity. So when he comes out here, he needs
keep the head of the table's name out your mouth.
Roman drops the mic, and Finn pushes Roman out of the ring. Roman stops on the outside, and that is nothing but bad news here for Finn. Roman turns around and walks onto the apron, but the Usos jump Finn from behind, and they start beating him down. Roman watches and then sees that Finn is taken care of, and he walks off with the wise man. Jey goes for an Uso splash, but Finn toe drags Jimmy, and Jimmy gets hit with the splash, and Roman hears the crowd reacting. He sees Finn beating down his cousins now. Roman is so annoyed by this, and Finn calls Roman back into the ring. Roman takes his jacket off, and he heads to the ring. Bálor jumps Roman, but Roman sends Bálor into the ropes. Finn flies off of them, and he hits a sling blade onto Roman. Finn sets up in the corner, but the Usos grab Finn before he can take off, and they are pounding on Finn. Roman hits a Superman punch as the Usos splash happens. Roman is choking out Finn. Finn is out cold, and Roman holds the belt high above his head as we fade to black. So we have 2 more Smackdowns left before SummerSlam. So let's get to our next one here. It is the August 13th Smackdown. John Cena kicks us off live from Tulsa, Oklahoma, as we get a progressive match flow from the contract signing 2 weeks ago.
And sealed and delivered. We are on
for SummerSlam. School is back up and running, and Cena feels this is the best time to give us Roman's report card.
Roman, you're a D.
A below average D. A D head.
A D bag. And above all, a huge disappointment.
Because for 10 years, the WWE has been selling you Roman, and he's the only one buying himself.
That's why I came back.
With a very specific agenda.
I'm going to give Roman Reigns an F.
John Cena is going to give him an F, but he wants to know what Tulsa thinks about this, and the crowd erupts. Cena says he has a little pop quiz with a question of his own, and the Cena chants continue to rain down. Cena says his question is,
do you think Roman Reigns will beat the hell out of me at SummerSlam?
The crowd gives a big no, and Cena says,
I do have my doctorate in thugonomics, so I have the answer to that question.
Roman Reigns will beat the hell out of him at SummerSlam. But he also knows that
Roman Reigns will lose at SummerSlam.
The Tribal Chief's music hits, and we are getting a face-to-face as we go to commercial break. Cena welcomes Roman in, and Paul pulls a mic from his holster. He hands it to Roman, and Roman says not to waste his time. Let's get to it. Cena says he's not going to waste his time.
But I am going to wait until 1 week from tomorrow at SummerSlam to embarrass you on the biggest stage of them all.
Roman says, "Is that it?"
That's all you got?
And Cena replies, "That's all he needs." When he looks at Roman, he sees a guy that waltzes around here thinking that this is his show. Roman starts shaking his head, yes. And Cena continues saying that we have to play by his rules, thinking that this is your company.
Everybody knows it belongs to them.
Cena says they make you want to throw up because Roman thinks he's so far above everybody else, and that's why Cena's back.
I'm the only one that can shut you up.
And the WWE has been pushing him after all of these failures, and he's only here because it's all they've got, and he's built layers of protection over himself that no other superstar gets.
They asked me to come back.
They called him in, and he's going to serve a big piece of humble pie to Roman at SummerSlam. The crowd starts chanting Roman sucks, and Cena says that they know.
They got 1 week left to choose. It's either...
Is it going to be either Team Reigns or Team Cena at SummerSlam? But it will be history.
I thought we were going to get something original here.
Something special. But
Come out here, you make D jokes.
same stuff, he's going to beat Roman's ass, and we've all heard this before.
Cut me. Hit me with some good stuff here, John.
And Cena says he's going to. He's going to beat Roman's ass. Roman is going to beat his. Spear, Superman punch, named after another DC superhero.
Hype man slimy in the corner holding up the championship.
And Cena says he doesn't need to do anything historic to Roman.
I just need to pin you.
If he can hold on to that, it would be number 17 for him. And that would make him the most decorated superstar of all time, which in 2025, we all know what happens here. So Cena says, as fun as that would be, it's all about Roman, and he's here to help Roman. Roman laughs that off, and he says,
That's how good he is. He's here to help me.
but Roman is not like Cena. He's not just going to bury his opponent and go out there and saying he's going to beat a bum. He's not like John because he respects him.
I do things differently around here. I'm sophisticated.
He's doing compelling storylines here. Roman continues saying that John Cena is the GOAT, is underappreciated, has done things no one else has done before, on the cusp of number 17. Roman is just proud to say that he's beat John Cena. That's how good he is. He's good enough to juggle Hollywood and WWE at the same time. And
You're good enough to stand in this ring and verbally joust with anybody. That's not my game.
Cena is good enough to win the WWE Championship.
But you're not good enough to win the Universal Championship.
And Roman continues saying that 20 years of missionary might be good for you.
But it wasn't good enough for Nikki Bella.
Roman is going to smash him, retain this title. He's going to pack him up on a private jet and send him back to the movies, back to Hollywood. So enjoy this.
This might be the last time that we ever get John Cena.
And Cena says, you want a compelling story. You want to criticize me for saying dick jokes, then bring up sexual positions, and then a bad breakup that he had.
You haven't been embarrassed.
He has been protected. The pretty face, the giant bars of soap for teeth.
You've been protected by the Shield. Hell, you almost ruined Seth Rollins. You ran Dean Ambrose out of WWE.
He's had 10 years, 5 WrestleMania main events, Paul Heyman in his corner, and 2 lackeys to do his dirty work, and the protection of the system.
And it still isn't working.
Roman Reigns needs to be embarrassed. And Cena says Roman is right. SummerSlam will be compelling, but Heyman knows better than anyone how much punishment he can take, and he never quits. All Cena has to do is hang in there for
1, 2, 3.
And Roman is the biggest failure in WWE history. He has to shine. He has to smash and overachieve. And all Cena has to do is 1, 2, 3. And Roman is the answer to a trivia question.
Who did John Cena beat to become 17-time champ?
Cena is going to hang in there for 1, 2, 3, and then he's going to take that title. He's going to jump the barricade, and he's going to run out of Allegiant Stadium as fast as he can.
I may even blow you a kiss goodbye.
So a little wink here to CM Punk. Cena says,
no one can protect you anymore.
and at SummerSlam, the champ is gone. 1, 2, 3. Cena drops the mic. He heads out as Roman is laughing off everything that John Cena has just said to him. And that was a very heated segment. Cena really tried to get to Roman, and Roman dismissed Cena at every turn. But let me know in the comments what you thought about this promo segment with everything that Cena said, especially that little wink to CM Punk. But we are going to fast forward later into the show where the Mysterios are facing the Dirty Dogs. Late in the match, Dom sets Ziggler up for the 619, and the Usos appear on the Tron, distracting them. Dom and Ray are confused as the camera cuts to Bobby Roode tagging in. Ray sees that Roode is coming to hit Dom and he pushes him out of the way. Ray tells Dom that he needs to pay attention, which is comical because Bobby Roode literally takes Ray out seconds after saying that. Dom rolls up Roode for the 1-2-3 and he gets the win as the camera pans to the Usos, telling the Mysterios to enjoy that win.
We'll see you there, O's.
And just like that, the war drums are beating louder than ever. Two generations of icons are set to collide. But Cena's words, they did hit deep, and Roman laughed them off at every turn. But deep down, he knows that all it's going to take is 1, 2, 3. So let me know your SummerSlam predictions in the comments. Will Roman silence Cena once and for all, or are we going to witness the rise of John Cena with his 17th World Championship? So if you've made it this far into the video, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. It's the best way to support. So next week, we're going to be covering the go home episode of SmackDown before SummerSlam, and we're going to catch you up with all the news and notes that everything that was going on behind the scenes in the world of professional wrestling at that time in 2021, as the biggest party of the summer is just around the corner. So with that, I'm Johnny Bake Show, and we just called it in the ring.